Parable 10, Luke 13, 6 to 9. The unfruitful fig tree. Right. Then Jesus told this story. A man planted a fig tree in his garden and came back again and again. Came again and again to see if there was any fruit on it, but he was always disappointed. Finally, he said to his gardener, "I've waited 3 years and there hasn't been a single fig. Cut it down. It's just taking up space in the garden." The gardener answered, "Sir, give it one more chance. Leave it another year, and I'll give it special attention and plenty of fertilizer. If we get figs next year, fine. If not, then you can cut it down." So let me just embellish that simple parable a little bit. A certain man planted a fig in his garden. So that certain man, just envision, for symbolic purposes, is the creator of the universe. And the gardener, this tree that he's planted, which is this, hasn't produced any fruit, which is the sacred secretion, the fig. And the gardener is the individual consciousness of this, also known as Jesus, okay? Or Moses, or Krishna, or Thoth, all these different names. So God is impatient. He's kind of jealous. Cut it down. But the intercediary says to the owner of the tree, "No, another year." So this garden will then add extra fertilizer and look after the tree, nurture it, squeeze the best from it. So you imagine that your own consciousness starts to reveal things to you. It changes things. "Oh, I won't bother having fish and chips tonight. I think I'll have a melon." "Oh, I don't want to eat dead flesh anymore. It just makes me feel heavy. And man, those vegetarians and vegans, some of the stuff they're saying makes a lot of sense." You know, you're letting other things in. You're becoming open-minded. So then you start to eat lighter foods. I don't even know what this thing is called, but it was delicious. So you're eating lighter foods and it's easier for the body to digest. So there's less energy being used in digestion, which means there's more energy for consciousness. So your meditations will improve. Not only that, when your meditations improve, you can respond to more instructions. And your house, your body will become alkaline, and the fig will be produced. It won't be destroyed. And then the fruit will come forth. And the fruit the fig is the sacred secretion. Now, the thing about the fig is that it is fertilized by a wasp-type insect. And it goes in and it pollinizes it. And then the fruit comes. But in the process of doing that, the wasp either dies in there or it leaves a little bit of itself in there. So when you're eating a fig, there is somewhere in that fig is a dead insect or part of an insect. So think of the insect. You know, insects are freaky creatures. So the insect is almost symbolic of the ego. And it's the ego that inseminates the fig tree, because the ego realizes, shit, I'm beginning to understand all these ancient stories. And then it starts to respond to them. Man, I've got to get myself out the way. I've got to get the ego out the way. I've got to let the spirit do it. So it starts to meditate, and then the spirit comes in because you're open-minded. That is the true definition of being open-minded, is meditation. You can't be more open-minded when the mind is not there. So the spirit comes in, makes a couple of adjustments, and then as the mind's going about its life, my tastes have changed. And that's how it works. That's how you are led by the Spirit. And then your house gets cleaner and the sacred secretion doesn't get destroyed. It produces the fruit. And God is happy. God is your brain. That was parable number 10. The unfruitful fig tree. But hopefully you'll respond to these simple instructions and you'll be fruitful. Because let's face it, a fruit tree that produces no fruit it has no purpose. And if something has no purpose, then it is cut. It's thrown out. You know this yourselves. You go through your house. Oh, I haven't used that for years. In the fucking bin. Do you think nature's any different? Make sure you are serving the higher purpose. If you're not, so symbolically, you're sacrificing the insect. You're sacrificing it. That's your sacrifice to higher. But the ego can't die. It's just a story. And on that day, you will surely die. And God said, and who said you will surely die? It's a lie. Can't die. It's just a story. It's a story. It tells itself. That's all. No fear. Anyway, that was Parable 10. I hope you enjoyed that. I particularly like that one.